with the E tether, but it's Lucian Braum. That's why you pick the Lucian. That's one of the weaknesses of being on red side and picking the Lucian first, is that it's very obvious that Braum is coming out. So as you were mentioning, Peter could have gone for something ranged or gone for something to potentially target the lane, but instead just going to go with the tried and true engage support.
So on the map, both teams have incredible power because it's Celia Rise, but I give KT Rolster a slight edge because they have the Pantheon, right? And the Xin Zhao is not going to be able to follow up on a Talia Weaver's Wall as easily. And there isn't necessarily big setup with this Braum. The Rel was taken away, the Rakan was taken away for Equalizer, but they can play this comp like a pick comp.
But it's a long series potentially. Let's see what happens though as we hop into the Rift for game number 1. Times, especially in Korea, but pretty much everywhere. As we do have some pressure here. Just gonna hit level 2 first.
This is the same is true of KT, or as Peter is lurking. Vikla found.
Gonna drop down a wall, but it gets denied as the flash away. Peter's going in, but there's 0 follow-up damage. Vikla totally fine, gonna get the plant on top of it all. And now Peter's way too deep, should be first blood, given over to the side of Diablo's Lucian.
The Equalizer gonna prevent them from following up on this as well. That's a level 4 Corki. Might just look for a bit of a smite steal. I think that's the best they can hope for.
Yeah, I mean, Duckdown's pretty healthy, so he's trying to frontline here, but now he's just going to get engaged on. Has to flash away. The steal does come through, though. Cuz going to be good on the smite button, as he always is. TP comes back from Peter, but the rest of KT is so low. Nobody can help this Leona. And yeah, you got the Drake, but now you're 2,000 gold behind KT.
Yeah, that was
a massive fight, like we knew they would. As now Pantheon is going to come in. KT want to force more fight against this team, which I would say is a bit confusing, especially because Raptor is here. Trying to be proactive as KT, and it's not going to pay off this time.
He is going to be able to pick up a plate, at least in the bottom side, but this is 3 grubs, 2 B&K. Maybe they could even set something more here up. Vikla's almost got his Weaver's Wall back online.
5 people. Already the damage is coming in. TPs from both mid laners will join up as now Perfect just trying to survive the public execution, but already a bit low. See the B&K. Everybody grouping up for this one. Flash forward from BDD just to get away from the seismic shove and trade a little bit of damage. Duckdown, meanwhile, getting some free damage on this bottom turret. Not half bad for KT.
Yeah.
Nah, just matching Perfect, and Peter's gonna leave, so now Perfect is very much all alone. It's not gonna be a kill, but it pushes him way out of the lane, and he doesn't have TP.
But instead, he's just gonna push that wave out as fast as possible, just be Rise, use that wave clear to try to cost B&K some minions. Hold on to this game. Maybe get more.
Yeah, they're just gonna find Peter here, Cuz nearby, but now we got a wall as Vikla will join up, and Peter gonna get knocked back, and no escape for him. Should be able to.
I think so.
I think just the fact they had so much damage on the turret as the plates go down, and right there, KT's going to pick up that first turret as Diablo just alone in mid lane, trying to set up a play on a Diablo who does not respect it, but he gets away somehow. And now they're so deep behind the turrets of B&K, and they do get punished immediately for that. Duckdom should be going down here on top of it all. Double kill for Vikla. And they're even looking for a bit more, but it looks like KT should get out. I mean, it just means that B&K with this early lead are just able to take everything off the map. They'll get the Swift Herald on top of it all. I do like that KT have identified their position, and they're trying to make plays, but unfortunately for them, it's not working.
KT weren't even really planning on showing up. They're like, well, I guess we'll just casually grab a turret here as well. And I think KT's best counterplay, cross map, if you will, is to try to grab mid turret, and even that seems a bridge too far. BDD is alone in the top lane. Let's see, how good's your driving?
He could get this mid turret if he actually has good driving. He's not going to go for it. Would be kind of a bridge too far. I mean, he's Xin Zhao, so maybe he could have tried for it, but they were right there, so they could have just damaged it before he hit the turret.
And then start building for that third item where once Rise is level 16, he's going to do massive amounts of damage. Realm Warp is available for BDD on the side of this fight. I think they're just going to push another wave in and say, that's my turret.
Yeah.
And there's, like, the side lanes aren't side laning for KT. They're trying to defend this turret and failing, and so they get nothing. I love how they're playing this. They're just like, no, Raptor can tank this by himself. We're just going to go prio or bust. Look at the flank angle from Vikla as well. He can punish the advance.
They are so ready to fight. Like, they are just so ready. The wall is perfect. Cuz is totally caught out, and down he will go. Now you don't have a smite, and they keep the Otacon leash. B&K are playing this perfectly, and KT don't really have an answer.
Now there's just no smite for KT.
Oh, and Peter just kind of hanging around. It looks like he might go down as well. They're trying to fight 4v5 as perfect execution is going to miss. They do get Kellen, but that is it. As the Otacon will go down.
I don't know.
Picks that up as well.
I don't know. Yeah, I would rather have BD in the top lane where they just kind of stay around here and have a Rise side lane. Instead, they want a team fight.
Oh boy, they're gonna catch Clips again! And now the Equalizer comes down. He has to flash away. He might just burn away. At the same time, just barely gonna live. And it's an obvious Drake that goes over to B&K with Cuz nowhere near. And they don't. Uh-oh.
And they just have no vision. The whole map is black.
Duckdom can't be the guy that's going through the bush too, you know? It's got to be Peter, and now he's going to go. He gets exhausted and unfortunately has to engage now. They do get on top of Vikla, but he just flashes away. Nice though, as Vikla is getting low. They do take out BDD on the backside of this fight. The fight very broken up, but full health bars for B&K on the back line. But Raptor will go down, it looks like, in a trade for Cuz. And so it's 2 for 2. Diablo continues, as he always does, and looks to push for more. As now they go in. Perfect's got to be careful. He gets concussively blowed, and that's going to be the end of him.
Yeah, I guess he just thought his Maw was going to be enough there against the magic damage coming out from Clear. It certainly was not. He gets stunned by the concussive blows and just gets burst down. And B&K's defensive objective takes. Okay, we're trying to trade for Baron.
All right. We're just going to send it.
I mean, EDD was lurking there, waiting for this play. As soon as they commit it, he goes for this. Equalizer's dropped early.
Yeah, they're just going to try to take the fight without Raptor, it looks like. But the smite should go the way of KT if they have the damage, but they don't. They're just going to pull off of the Baron. And the Gambit does not pay off, and Cloud Soul is secured here for B&K. Yeah, I do like how they're trying to send it. You know, it's like some big risks being taken, but it's not a risk if you don't really lose anything off of the back of it, I suppose.
It's just the way that KT is playing this constantly feels like they're trying to force a mistake, and B&K are just like, nah.
Cuz is very far up in his own jungle, thought he would be safe. He is Pantheon, but the knockback gets him. And that's going to be the 6th kill here for the side of Diablo.
Vikla just keeps, he just finds somebody, he shoves them, and they die. And every time he finds the Pantheon, it's been working out.
They're just playing it so patiently. Like, they're always ready to pull off of the objective. They're never fully committing. Even though there's no smite on the side of KT, they could just take the Baron. But no, they're just being so careful in this one. As they want to go for the turn here. The Solar Flare is actually really good from the side of Peter. And now the turn comes in as the Equalizer going to force KT in. Perfect! Getting 2 as you go to the back line. It's a double kill actually for Duckdom, but nobody can deal with Clear as finally he goes golden. And I think the wallets might just be too heavy. It's actually very impressive that KT had a fight that close. Yeah, Redemption going to spot this going down and kind of put the cap on this one, I would imagine. With Cloud Soul and with the Baron, you would imagine that B&K can just push in here. They have 6,000 gold to lead, and they're looking for anyone. Duckdom is going to Valkyrie away, and Diablo is leading the charge. Here's the wall, and Perfect has to flash away. Diablo still in the front line. He is going to cleanse, but now Perfect goes in, and Pantheon goes to the back line, but the wallets are just too heavy, and they were alone, the 2 of them, trying to dive on the Diablo, and he's going to be totally fine. Looks like B&K with this push will end this game.
I'm getting a little bit excited about B&K, Valdez. This team is super clean. This fight, too, they know the threats. They know they can turn on Perfect. The Pantheon coming through, they turn back and burst him down. It's what looks like an overextension from Diablo there on the front line, but actually pulls KT in. He's so fed, he does so much damage. He's got the shield bow. 0 and 6 Pantheon here for Cuz, constantly shoved in. Peter, a ragdoll in this first game, and B&K make a statement here at the start of the playoff. They made the call, for example, to fight for that 3rd dragon instead of side lane. That cost them big. The way they played those final few fights made you feel like maybe there was a 1% chance they could come back. Like, the play was clean from Duckdom. Perfect. Getting to it. Vikla ends up on here. Mid Arma.
What's going on here, Vikla?
I don't know about that.
What are you doing?
Mid Morgana. He said it was an anti-counter pick.
They don't have enough damage.
Okay, so hear me out though. Like,
I'm listening.
If you go Blackfire Torch, Leandri's, like, you kill the side. I mean, you kill the Cassante eventually, right? And also Morgana's spell shield, pretty good into Wukong on the initial setup, pretty good into Rakan engages, and like weirdly enough, Morgana in team fights, if you can just bind the Wukong as he's trying to get to you, then he does nothing. If you bind the Rakan, like with the Q, he does nothing, right? I think BNK have the right tools in this game.
Well, I want to see it happen. Let's see if it does as we hop on the rift for game number 2.
Now, level 2 is a new level of committing to 80 carry pressure. He's actually not going to commit to the gank. He's just going to go over here and take this buff.
Imagine if he went pillar second. That would just be the most psychotic thing. Like the gank with the Trundle level 2 in the bottom lane. That would be insane.
If you look at Morgana's runes here, it's not going to help her win this lane. It's going to help her like try to do a little bit more damage back. As he's a Scorcher. As you can see already, though, on the minimap, Morgana is not really in a good spot in the game right now. Vikla did win on it before. We didn't like it then. It worked, though, like we mentioned in the pregame. I'm not sure if it's going to work really well in this matchup either, as BDD is dominating the lane thus far, keeping it pushed in, keeping that prio. He's CSing well, though, and that is all you got to do in these early levels. As here comes Raptor. He's late, though.
Here we go. Duck Dom in a rough spot. They're going to heal. Diablo is getting pretty low, but they're not going to expect Raptor to show up, as now should be able to force this flash out of Peter. They get it there. And now they're on the chase here for Duck Dom. Cuz is going to show up, and now the feathers pulled back. Raptor in a bit of trouble, has to flash himself. As now Duck Dom just on the chase, the double flash follow, gonna force that one out of Diablo 2. First blood given over to Duck Dom. We were expecting, you know, they start a fight and they're not gonna back down. They don't run until it's very late. As, by the way, on this patch, Cassante 0 and 5. Morgan, 2 of those losses with Bro, Kingen, and Shiu taking some losses as well. So maybe Perfect can help the win rate. Is trading this. Kind of ridiculous. Guess who's back? Back again. It's Raptor in the bottom lane. As who could have expected this? Apparently not KT. As that's going to be the end of Duck Dom. No flash available. Even Perfect has to flash. Was going to get flash shield bombed. And I mean, that's BNK right back on the board.
They're not going to be able to punish this flashless Cassante on the top side, and Grubs haven't spawned yet. So this ends up being a big win here, as Clear does have level 6.
Wow.
And they respect it.
Yeah.
The rotation over from Raptor. He's so quick on this.
They knew it was happening, and I think KT just didn't expect them to heavily commit to it, which, as we know, this is what BNK loves to do, so they're going to say thank you for the leash.
And after game 1, like, who could blame KT? It went so badly for them there.
It's not for the top laners this time around, is trying to lock down BDD here. Raptor also in the fight. This is Aurora. As BDD gets another dash with the Z and just says goodbye. Setups were so clean in game 1. No reason to expect they're not going to be clean in game 2. I mean, this is all the turrets have full plates, and KT, they want to go for a fight here. They're going to engage onto Alistair. Kellen says, well, okay, I'm going to lock you down with the stun, as in goes the Morgana with the ult. They're going to lock down Peter, and there's nothing that he can do. Rakan famously not very fun into the Morgana. Even in the mid lane, nice pullback here from the side of Duck Dom, but now the follow-up comes in from Kellen, and so is everybody away from Cuz, who was trying to get in there, trying to get that kill, but it's just going to go the way of Diablo instead. As now we got Perfect into this fight, it looks like maybe Diablo has stepped too far forward, and Perfect at least will get the shutdown onto him.
And then to say, well, I'm going to take half your health bar away, thank you very much. Peter does have flash and ult here, and he may simply have to find a forced angle here if they're going to win this fight.
Oh, BDD is getting massively chunked as well. They can't fight anymore. Here comes Sion into the backline, as now KT going to go for the engage. Big knockback here from Perfect. But they're already going to take down Diablo, and they might not have enough, although they are going to get the chomp here. Vikla goes down, BNK are trying to abandon ship, but another Sion Q, and the knock over the wall means that Peter has to get away. Raptor getting pretty low, BDD a bit out of mana, and I think that knockback does not hit means that the action will end a close fight in a close game.
Yeah, Peter.
And guess what? BNK say, well, that was cool and all, we're ready to fight again if you'd like. KT say, no thanks. It's Hextech Soul. Well, so solo lanes are going well. As now Duck Dom in a little bit of a weird spot is going to ghost and go for the Feather Storm, as once again we're fighting. Kellen is going to survive, has the redemption on top of it, and will be okay.
So many tools down, though. Like, you lost 2 big ults again in this fight.
Yep.
And
Trying to get into that banana brush, and this is what B&K's comp does. They're looking for Duck Dom. They're going to force his flash already. Kellen probably going to have to do the same, though, as here they go. The engage comes in from the side of KT. Diablo in a big world of hurt, gets super low. Meanwhile, Clear getting 1v1 by Perfect, who should take him down, and that will be the kill going to KT, and should be the Rift Herald as well.
Okay, they grab Rift Herald here. It's a really massive play from Cuz on the Flash Cyclone, and it's B&K that stepped just a bit too far forward, and even though Kellen has a black shield for the escape, the Cyclone is going to catch multiple members. Vikla here, just trying to be annoying the way of Perfect. Let's take a look at that as he is at half health. It's just the all-out. Goes in, gets the stun, and even has a cookie in his inventory.
Does a lot more damage.
Yeah, he does a lot more damage as he is an ultra bound.
We're fighting again, by the way, as here we go. Kellen gonna lock down Cuz, who does get out of there just fine after that one. Duck Dom super low, and the TP came in from Perfect, kind of not for much, and they didn't even get the mid lane tier 1.
For B&K on the defense there. But that last fight puts him down in gold.
Oh, he's playing with fire, and down he will go. BDD assassinates him. A little bit of help from Peter. The gold pretty heavily in favor of KT at this point in time. A couple of big picks and fights as the black shield will go down on a Raptor. It's not going to save him, though, as he did not have the subjugate, it looks like. Meanwhile, underneath this turret, Clear continues to get bullied out. Down was a couple of levels, now it's 2. Diablo caught out by Peter, and down he will go in the mid lane.
And suddenly it's all falling apart, Valdez. This is Peter calling for this, and look for it. You get it.
There you go.
Let's go bot. But if they don't answer this mid push, I mean, eventually Duck Dom's going to get to this turret, and they're going to start taking it down. It's going to get the ult out of Clear as well.
Yeah, Clear doesn't really get to play the game. Oh, the blinding on a BDD! The max range, and he is just out of this one. Shut down as Vikla.
It's hard to drop turret aggro as Morgana in this case, the Blackfire Torch.
Sure.
His teammates had that one. BD's not happy about it. We saw in the player cam earlier.
Oh, he died.
How did he die? How did he die?
And it looks like they just want to turn on the BDD once again on the hunt. But this Otacon is certainly in danger. It might just come down to a flip as BDD, and it goes over to KT. They get the Otacon, but BDD is out of the fight. Vikla now able to flash away. Flash on in from the side of Duck Dom, though, will take him out. As now, a little bit of a rough one. A little bit of a scuffle as in they go. The Cyclone is there. Kellen still got himself with a massive play from Perfect. It's going to find everyone. And Diablo is not able to stand up to that. And KT knocked them down. The triple goes to Duck Dom after the play from Perfect.
Yeah, we were talking about a lot of resources going into the Sivir. The Sivir's on 3 items, but the 2.5 items. Zaya is now on 7 kills, 1,000 gold ahead. One of those games. You can see he has the highest experience on the whole Rift, and Vikla is now the target inside.
Yeah, ult's gonna come down here on a Peter, but there's really no escape for him as he doesn't have anywhere to go. Easy kill on the Vikla.
It's really nothing that they are unaware of. Perfect is gonna get engaged on, but he doesn't care.
Well,
he has a blast
team
cone
is coming here, and they're doing Baron now. They're all chasing Cassante.
And there's no vision here, actually, for B&K.
Yeah. This
on
is
the Baron.
The most B&K play we've seen this series.
Must kill champion!
Yeah, and they will. They definitely will. I hope they at least get the kill over to Diablo as they get the news about, yeah, that will go over to Diablo. It's actually a lot of gold. Now without Cassante, trying to make a play here is
Ellen
B&K.
on the flank. Maybe he could actually headbutt Duck Dom. Duck Dom has ult, though, and Ghost.
Yeah, Cuz gonna find him. Kellen, considering what he wants to do here, is going to go for the ults. There's the flash on in, but the follow-up is just non-existent. And now KT does come in. The callback is massive from the side of Duck Dom, and the damage is there. Diablo not quite able to do the same. And it looks like this might just do it here in this fight. KT roll over them and take them down.
KT Rolster in a phenomenal position now in this game to just end it. They have Baron. They don't know if they can necessarily kill the Nexus off this play, but there are some long death timers. We are 27 minutes into the game, and with this mid being completely open right now and the Baron buff minions, they are going to at least get a crack at it. They'll take out this inhibitor and look to push. 25 seconds left on the Sivir, which is the main source of wave clear. I think KT just have enough damage.
Yeah, they can easily take this one up. And with the Baron buff especially, they will be able to get on in and take down this Nexus, as Kellen and Raptor not going to be able to do anything. KT strike back, and we do indeed have a series on our hands. B&K going to have to go back to the drawing board. At least they'll get blue side for the first time in the series. But yeah, this came down to a lot of great fights, some clutch moments from players on the side of KT, and being Tristana, second AD carry, might be the answer here into the Annie.
I mean, it gives you so much consistent damage, and B&K just don't have that. If you can burst down the Aatrox on a flank too, like the cool thing about this draft for KT into Aatrox, if he's flanking, oftentimes you're like, oh, Aatrox, you can't kill that guy. He's got Sundered Sky, he's gonna auto twice and have half his health back with his ult, and then the rest of the team's gonna follow up and engage. But if you have the root from Peter, or it's a Renekton that locks him down, and then the Tristana could just jump on him and blow him up quickly, and you kill him first, then Miss Fortune needs the combo. Like, she needs all the ults and all the setup, and the fight gets scrappy. She's never going to compete with Tristana's damage. And there's also a Jhin, by the way. It's double AD carry, double threat here. Not to mention the fact that you have to play around a stolen Impale. You have to play around a stolen Magnet Storm. Like, the Sylas angle here is just so incredibly strong from KT, and it was...
Well, he got it back. Actually, a pretty nice trade. It's obvious that BDD is trying his best to take trades whenever he can, but...
Nico ult and the stolen ults that Cuz has access to. It's pretty crazy.
We got a Skarner nearby as the engage comes in. Peter in a bit of trouble, takes a turret shot, extremely low, but he is very fast as well, so he's going to get away. They want to force more out of Duck Time. They're going to get his flash. So a nice little...
After on a ward. Gonna look for the play regardless. The stun sets it up, and Cuz shows up and he says that.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Little fake. The little fake out there. That was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying?
Ultimately, not too much. They are gonna lose control of this dragon.
I mean, they see Raptor. Cuz is pretty low, clear. Oh, the flash comes out, and he should be able to get this dragon, but Cuz might be in a world of hurt. He's actually taking the trade decently against Clear, but eventually the rest of the team comes in, and Clear just stabs him with the sword. His first blood given over to the Aatrox.
Kellen with a nice angle here.
Yeah, Duck Dom kind of in an awkward spot, and that's going to be the end of him. Hide on Bush works out very well, and they'll give this kill over to Diablo, of course, as he picks up 300 gold.
Gonna be grubless here in game 3.
Yeah. Ending game number 1, although they didn't complete that run. Now a little engage on a Tristana, very difficult, but Kellen always willing to send it.
I was just going to mention, though, that the farm here for Cuz has gotten so many Scuttlecrafts is pretty huge, as we are going to see a TP flank from BDD.
Yeah,
he's 100% dead.
He's just 100% dead. He does have his flash, but he's not even going to use it, as eventually the kill is given over to BDD.
As KT are just a little bit too far behind on the play. So this is a nice little prize. Not sure how this all eventuated outside of KT looking for some recalls there as the dragon was spawning. The Soul is Hex Tech again.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty massive as the flash comes in. They want to punish Kellen, and they absolutely will. Another kill given over to the Tristana as the pull comes in, kind of pushing him out of that one. Very confusing. Now Raptor in a lot of trouble, has to flash away. Gets hit by the first shot. It looks like he might just be going down. Fourth shot hits him, and Peter says, "That's my kill. Don't you dare steal it away."
Tried to spin it around, but it didn't work. As perfect.
Trade in the top lane. Do they have enough damage? Yes, they do with the Q3 and another support kill.
Backed in, and the kill goes that way. Is overcommit.
Okay. Baited, I suppose. And we're just continuously fighting here. Guess who's back again? It's Raptor. As Duck Dom, he is going to flash and barrier. Root comes down though, and Raptor is just going to be outplayed once again.
Reset. Gonna clear that wave in mid. BD hide on Bush.
Yep, gonna hide on in there. Svikla just gonna throw his whole combo down, but Raptor was here, and so was the rest of the team. BDD goes in, gets baited by the Annie, and that is going to be the end of him.
Bush there. They're going to try to trade this for mid turret, but it's too healthy. There's only a small wave here. Vikla can TPN, gets caught.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at Vikla, and they do get him. The question is, do they get out? The very angry Tibbers and this Aatrox, even angrier. Clear, trying to do a lot of damage to Duck Dom. Going to change over to Cuz. Now the rest of the team is trying to join in here as BNK, they smelled a fight from across the map and they come on in. The Magnet Storm, the circles, the ults on top of them are pretty huge. They don't get any kills though. Lots of damage, but nothing to show for it. And now BDD able to come on back and help out with the kill.
The damage is too late. Just not a whole lot of vulnerable spots on the map outside of trying to get this Jhin. And again, we tried to get this Jhin.
All right, they're gonna get the Jhin. They did it, Wolf.
Okay.
And they got a bonus Peter. Okay.
And this time, Victor
Wow.
shows up.
That's huge.
That extra member of Peter going down is also a ton of gold. They have a gold lead now.
No way. No way. This is insane. And they have more. They've got Impale. I mean, they didn't use everything in the last fight, and KT trickle in. BNK are just getting so much free stuff.
Yeah, Clear also just pushing inside by himself here. The inner is going to go down.
Yeah, it looks like they want to turn. Jhin ult is out. The Rift Herald is out here. They have vision with the Nico clone. Feels like KT are doing a decent job as now the engage from the Rift Herald is coming on in. Gonna get the knockout on 2. And looking for Vikla as well, but now Perfect's just so far away from the fight. The 3-man knockup and the steal does come in from Cuz, but it's still 2 kills to the Aatrox. And maybe a little bit more. No, the Hexgate is going to get him out. The disengage Hexgate you don't see every day.
Yeah, pretty rare. Saved.
He's got flash. I just don't know if it matters as he is going to hit him away. The jump is denied and BDD is so low. Will he go down to the rel? Looks like he will. Kellen picks up the kill.
A little bit less mysterious this time on the Kellen kill.
But the entire team of BNK just immediately just rotated down and they were already there. They were on vision.
Because I think maybe fans watching might be like, I think he's in danger. I think he might get hurt.
I thought you meant give everybody Sundered Sky, but that's a different discussion. World Ender coming in here. Clear is very much dead, as it just depends on who's going to get the kill. And they're going to try to give this one over to BDD. Eventually, surely, yeah, okay, there you go. 575 gold.
Bit of a cast. They got the Chemtech Dragon as well.
They did.
Peter?
Okay, going all in on a Clear. He has his flash, but he doesn't have much else. He is going to get jumped on once again by BDD as the Q2 is going to hit, but eventually he just goes down. It's now KT, very awkward spot though.
Now the strategy is to spoon feed BDD with Aatrox. He enjoys it, but will he get out?
All right, well, Peter, okay, he's gonna try to run away from this one, but BNK are closing the distance very quickly. KT's just gonna leave Peter to the fishes. Maybe looking for that stun angle.
Target selection has to be good here from KT.
A lot of damage in on a Clear. The turn on a BDD though. They're not gonna get him. He flashes out of this one as the Magnet Storm pulls in from Cuz, and he's doing quite a lot of damage in that back line. Not able to, finally they do get Diablo actually on the backside of this fight, and Raptor not able to do anything by himself. BDD cleans up, and KT clean up. They should be able to take this Baron. Even with these low health bars, they will go for it.
You don't kill BDD. You're probably not going to win that fight. Cuz has so much lifesteal. He's so tanky. He has knows it in his inventory here. Goes for the Rocket Belt into Magnet Storm engage. Look at how low he goes, by the way, by doing massive damage. And then goes Zhonya's. Look at BDD.
The amount of spamming I just saw, that was kind of scary.
Yeah. High APM.
Okay.
It's awesome. And perfect.
Yeah, he's just getting CC'd down 100 to 0. He's just dead.
Look at where he is, and look where Peter is. Like, if Peter and Cuz go in on this, I think it's almost winnable, but Perfect is just a bit too far away. I think that's why he was there, because he's like, oh, if they go on me, I press R, I press Q, Peter comes in. And
oh, the fake with the minion comes on in. Clear is dead again.
Clear having a bit of a rough one here in Game 3 is constantly the focus of Peter. Kellen's the best engaged till he has flash and ult, right? But the split is too good for KT.
Duck Dom stands right in front of them, is going to live though, and now Diablo's got a big croc right on top of him. Nothing they can do to peel for him. Diablo goes down. Down goes Clear as well. And I think KT just has enough. Kellen gonna be sniped. Double kill for BDD. And it should be enough here in this mid lane. The KRM doesn't last very long.
I mean, Duck Dom is caught. He's in range of the flash engage from Kellen. But Kellen needs a multi-man engage. That one target isn't enough. That's the masterclass of this Tristana in the draft. You have so many other threats. They can't even kill Duck Dom. It doesn't matter. The split is good for KT. After a rough start in Game 1, they win 2 back-to-back to now go up match point in the series. A red side victory as well. Let's take a look at Cuz's damage numbers. Wow. Nearly 20K in this game. Out damages Duck Dom. on this Silas. There's the gold graph. Bit of a swing for B&K, but
yeah,
KT win that fight on Baron and win the game.
You never know what to expect.
Tom Kench for safety.
Tom Kench?
Ain't violating nobody in this game.
Okay, I mean, they do have a lot of lockdown. It's Vi, Nautilus. This is a BDD classic. The Syndra.
Yeah, this is like BDD 30 year. Okay, dust it off. It's never been opened.
Special edition. Yeah, they're digging deep for this one.
I did not expect this, to be honest. But in terms of picks that set up well with this comp, you've run a little thin. Could have gone for some like insane scaling pick instead, but their draft is so set up by the Vi and the Nautilus that you want something that synergizes with that more than just raw damage or raw scaling in this draft. It's not great into Nefiri, to be honest. It's very immobile, and because there's a Tom Kench on the other side, I'm not saying it's a bad pick here, but it's certainly a risky one, as trying to find those scatter angles can be tricky, especially if you fall behind in this game.
In game number 4, let's do it. Let's hop onto the Rift. KT took a very critical game number 3 that swung back and forth. A flash hook might come out here from Peter if they really want to force this one. No, just going to be the heel hook, and that's going to force the flash here from Clear.
Yeah, they're flashing for this too. Duckdom hits the Q. But they don't have enough follow-up there. Doesn't go through champions. Duckdom gets hit by the Q, and we even things up. Tough matchup for the Ezreal in general.
So we're just going to send Diablo there. And now Vikla is in a 1v2 himself. And in a little bit of trouble. Going to flash away. There's the shockwave. Yes, we'll get the barrier out of Duckdom, but also had to burn his flash.
There was not a lot of vision for KT in that river, or I think Duckdom might have flashed on him and killed him, but he just doesn't have enough info to do that. Ult's going to commit.
Chain's going to come down, and the Syndra, not very mobile, in a lot of trouble, but the R does come out, and Cuz will be able to secure the kill, but now he's in a rough spot himself, has to flash Q out.
Clean
Pretty
flash
smooth.
Q, yeah, that was actually, I thought he was dead for sure.
Yeah.
And this is the problem with Syndra. You're winning, and you're pushing, and you have to, a bit of a steal.
That looks like gold Ezreal ults.
Yeah. Okay.
Stealing objectives.
They're still coming over here, by the way. Raptor has Smite. Doesn't have... Okay, there he goes.
Yeah. Smite it down. Peter is very ahead of his team. And so the scatter's going to come down. The engage. Tom Kench comes in, and Kellen's flashing in. BDD, no flash himself, and the goalie wall not going to land. Phase Rush OP gets him out.
And despite Clear not being very good at team fighting, they just get enough cryo here, and he's good at hitting a dragon. That much
skyrocketed into the lead. Big
angle.
Yeah, gonna go in. The shockwave actually pretty good on a perfect, but eventually he just dies. Elects not to flash.
Oh, his flash wasn't up yet, I think, for like 3 more seconds.
Oh, wow.
And like that timing is kind of brilliant. Perfect is going to be the target here, but there's a lot of KT members coming down. They have to be fast. Shroud is down now.
Yeah, just going in. There's a couple of ults just thrown in a perfect, and Diablo going to last hit that one. Says thank you very much, team. Picks up his 3rd kill.
Very clean and no real cross map for KT because they rushed over to try to defend this and failed, so they're all just kind of here to watch, and maybe we could even see a follow-up dive.
Got that nice hook onto the mini wolf after they do get the pick to actually do the damage.
Exactly, because Diablo's going to do a ton. As Raptor's the target here.
Yeah, going on in. There's that pick. No chance as Kellen gets in.
They barely get him again. Like, he's chain CC'd. He can't go untargetable. Kellen's too late, and this is going to be Herald for KT.
Yeah, looks like Diablo's already going mid. And Bigla's like, well, can't do this alone. And a nice pick off here from KT, utilizing that composition to get even further ahead. He's got his flash. He's got the Maiden.
Teammates coming up.
The whole team is here. And the Nautilus goes into the Rift Herald. Doesn't have his ult. Cuz has to get in the Rift Herald, but it's just going to be smoked down. 69 health. And Cuz is going to get out just barely. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't think they can catch him.
Nope.
He charges another Q and gets out. Diablo was trying to charge his own to lock him down, but maybe they can turn this into a turret take here on the top side. Empowered recall for Cuz. He's going to send him home quickly. This turret's pretty healthy, actually. That's a Gwen.
All right, they want to try to lock down this Nautilus as they can't quite do it. The exhaust is going to help out there big time.
Duckdom looking for some extra damage here. It's actually quite a lot he gets. Even potentially stop some backs, not going to. Cuz is having an insane day, by the way. Like, if they win this game, I think he picks up POM for sure. Look at this angle. Denies Cone, gets the chain CC there with a scatter. No chance to go untargeted. Beautiful call from Cuz and KT.
Because they can kill literally anybody. They will have the damage because of their lead. Peter is just dead.
Now, Peter,
the support.
Perfect may just be a goner here.
Yeah, it might be. So we're going to have the mist come down, but the shockwave inside of it is going to help out quite a lot. Doing a bit of damage there to Raptor, not bad.
Cross map potential here. Looking for the Hex Flash. Looking for Kellen. Ooh, just Kellen.
Well,
that dragon might be a look, but instead, first we're going to tank it up with Diablo.
Yeah, I
don't know if I like that.
I don't know about that. And BNK are just saying, like, okay, we'll give up one Hextech Drake, we'll take the Otacon, but can't you just say, you're not getting Otacon?
Yeah, now they get denied Otacon. Duckdom gets some serious damage done onto this turret, and it's actually going to be Otacon control, but also Dragon.
Just do Otacon.
Apparently.
All right, trying to gank an Ezreal. This is why they picked Ezreal. Well, not necessarily to get away from Tahm Kench, but to survive against potential Orianna combos. And now, they're just going to take Otacon. BNK seemingly have no idea. And the wave clear is there. Otacon comes down, Redemption.
Giving them a pretty significant experience lead. Duckdom the target.
Oh, Duckdom in a bit of trouble. Has to flash over the wall, but that's not going to stop Raptor as he goes super deep for that one. Ult to use on a Raptor. He continues in on a Peter. Just trying to get away from this one. Doesn't have his own flash. Perfect on the Gwen. He's got a very nice angle with his needles, but he doesn't have any teammates. Finally, we are going to have Cuz come in. And the scatter on a 3 in the pit as Cuz sets it up and BDD knocks it down.
That's way too many members of BNK going in. Very deep there. Raptor trying to get the secondary ult onto Peter. It's in the wrong spot. Maybe not game one as much, but
perfect. There. They're trying to get on top of a Gwen. That's not working out. The Nefiri just disappears underneath the Gwen, and oh my god. Cuz is actually just an assassin vibe.
Yeah.
He's so fed and so strong.
Bears is trying to hold the wave here, but I mean, this one does get through. Baron buffed up. And with the empowered cannon minion, they just eventually will siege this through. They don't even need that one. And keep it alive and actually look for that bottom inhibitor turret as well, as this is just a formality watching this one. Even if he lives, which he likely will die.
There, you might as well fight. Oh, well, he's dead. I mean, he is very alone.
Yeah, he is also very 200 gold bounty.
Yeah, he is very 200 gold bounty, that is for sure. 3v1, can they kill perfect is the answer, or the question rather, as the needles are insane, and now BDD and Peter are coming on over. They turned the fight around. The game was already over, but this really sealed the deal.
KT, phenomenal performance here in this final game, and Cuz, sure, he got seismic shoved and he was a ragdoll with Peter in game one, but for the rest of the series, this man took it into his own hands.
Oh boy. Yeah, big, you see the rest of BNK, they're even sitting out of their seats at this point in time. They know the game is over. 30 minutes and KT get it done. A swift 3-1 victory from them. They forget all about game one and they take it down, and they will be moving on to face off against Genji. Most likely, we don't know who Genji has selected just yet. 31 degrees outside, still technically summer. Ooh, nowhere.
Hey, the roller coaster's going up.
Yeah, they're going up, up, up.
You're pretty even across the board here for KT, just showcasing how much of a team effort it was. It was a close game, but they got control for just a moment, and then you can see that gold explosion there at the end.
Ended up being a very one-sided one. I think the POM will be pretty obvious. Perfect had a good series.
If BDD gets it, will anyone be mad?
Had a good series,
but
right? Okay.
Cuz shouldn't be robbed.
He shouldn't be robbed, and he won't. Even the 0-6-0 Pantheon included, it just doesn't matter. The Silas plays, the Wukong plays, the Vi plays were obvious.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the post-match interview translation with KT Roasters, Cuz, the POM, and BDD Congratulations!
네, 일단 두 분의 승리 소감 먼저 들어보고 싶습니다. 커즈 선수 오늘 3대1 승리.
Cuz,
진출하셨는데
a 3-1 over BNK FX. How do you feel? We get to advance to PO playoffs round 2. And now that we have made it to round 2, we really wanted to make sure that we're able to maintain good performance, and I'm really glad that we're able to do so. I feel like as long as we would come back in game 2, we would win, and I think game 4, all the way up to game 4, went really well. And how do you feel, BDD? It feels great to make it to round 2 of the playoffs. And after the last match of play-ins, as T1 picked TK, BNK FX was finalized as your opponent. So what did you guys talk about as a team? No, we didn't know. There was no way to find out earlier. But personally, I don't know about the rest of my team, but I really liked our matchup. What about you, BDD? BNK FX as a team, they had won against DK, so I think there was a good reason T1 picked them. As you have mentioned, BNK FX, since the play-ins, they have displayed some excellence in draft and team fighting. So, what came off as the biggest threat about them? Can you repeat the question? As you watched their match, what do you think was the biggest threat about them? Even today, just playing against them, I feel like as they scale, they just kind of feel like almost like an LPL team, and I think we just wanted to make sure that we can shut them down. What about you, Cuz? What I felt and noticed? I feel like I think what was most sharp about them was the draft. So I think we had a lot of consideration trying to prep against them during the draft. And so during the long prepping period for the playoffs, what were you able to work on the most? Your head coach mentioned the champion pool. Just playoffs alone, we've been seeing a lot of, the playoffs alone, we've been seeing game 5. So I think we really tried to focus on the laning phase and also the macro, like getting early void grubs. And game 1 felt like a pretty one-sided loss, so what was the feedback like? In terms of draft, I think that's what our focus of the discussion was. And just trying to predict and make sure that we were ready to hit back the opponent. And of course, we didn't expect your jungle Silas, so how did you end up picking him? Lately in the play-in stage, we have seen him appear, and in solo queue, he seems like a pretty OP champion. And I think just because Silas has been doing really great, that's how we were able to see him today. And I don't think I was able to get hands-on practice with Silas, but I have experience playing him in the past. So today, honestly, the heavens helped me. And BDD, in game 4, your signature number 2 Syndra appeared. So what synergy were you looking for with her? Instead of a compositional synergy, I think we were just considering the opponent's draft. And I just wanted to make sure that I can sort of counter the enemy instead. And BDD, were you quite confident playing with her? Yes, I was pretty confident playing Syndra. And Cuz, since you have received POM, we have prepared something. We prepared something for you to celebrate. You said, look in the Fury. I'm gonna go. Looking at the Fury? Wow, how badly did you want to look at the Fury?
입으셨던 거예요?
이 정도인지 몰랐는데.
Just how desperate were you? I mean, I didn't know it was that bad, but I was actually pretty anxious and nervous in that moment. I felt like maybe he was about to bait me, thinking that he didn't see, or he might have seen me before and try to counter me instead. But I think that was a really important moment.
저콜 들으면서 좀 무섭진 않으셨나요?
What about BDD? Were you not scared after hearing that call? You know, even usually whenever Kaz gets pretty fed, he actually does start sounding a little louder. So if he doesn't get big, does his voice grow smaller? I mean, yeah, it's only because he got pretty big that his voice was pretty loud this time. And now in round 2, you will face either Genji or Hana Life Esports. So, any predictions? I mean, Genji and Hana Life Esports, they are so formidable. And during the regular season, I think we were able to at least take off a game from them. So I think we'll just do our best to prepare against them. And BDD, who do you think you will face? I feel like just based on the brackets, Genji probably will pick us. You know, we wanted to share the news if they had picked the opponent, but we have not heard back from them, so we will find out eventually. And so how high will you go in the playoffs? Please share a word. And of course, I just wanted to win, and I want to make it all the way to the finals. And BDD, what is your goal? I think I just want to make it as far as possible and make it all the way to finals. Congratulations once again. And that's the end of the interview with BDD and Cuz. And back to the space. Thank you.